This is Big Tyme Rants episode 105. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 105 episodes of Big Tyme Rants. What an amazing experience. What an amazing time. On the Big Time, this is the Value Wrestling, and we're live right here on YouTube. I thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. We're going to talk about a lot of the news and rumors and speculation going on in the world of professional wrestling. We're heading into this weekend, which is All In on Sunday. Should be a great time to sit down and watch it. Of course, 2 hours, 0 hour. It's going to be an early day as we try to plug through all of what is going to be All In on Sunday. It's going to be a great time. But some news coming out today, and we're going to jump into the bandwagon. We're going to jump it right from the chop. Rich Swann suspended from TNA Wrestling and checking into rehab after another disorderly intoxication arrest. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, coming from Ringside News. The pro wrestling world is full of a variety of people. Just because someone is exceptionally talented in the ring doesn't mean they are free from troubles outside the circle. Rich Swann's story is one of cautionary tales, and now he is checking into rehab. Rich Swann was arrested on June 8th at Altamonte Springs, there we go, I said it, Florida, on charges of disorderly public intoxication and causing a disturbance. Both misdemeanor offenses. Following the arrest, post-wrestling reports that Swann has voluntarily entered a substance abuse rehabilitation program as confirmed by TNA. According to the arrest report, Swann was seen attempting to forcibly enter an apartment, possibly mistaking it for his own. The resident, who was inside at the time, armed himself with a handgun and confronted Swann, who then backed away and left the property. Police later located and arrested Swann, appeared intoxicated, admitting to drinking a lot, and he was charged after causing multiple disturbances in the area. Swann was later released that day on a $250 bond and is being represented by a private attorney. The incident marks the second time Swann has been charged with similar offenses following his arrest in September of 2022 for causing disturbance while intoxicated at his apartment complex. In the light of the event, Cena suspended Swann pending an internal investigation, and he has stated that they take such charges seriously. Swann has pulled out of future independent bookings despite the recent arrest. Swann continues to wrestle for TNA, appearing against all odds on June 14th and subsequent TV tapings. What is going to happen? How do you feel about Rich Swann? Hopefully he can get the help he needs and get his life straightened out so he doesn't have these issues going on. Luckily, it's not drinking and driving, but obviously there's an issue there. We wish the best of Rich Swann and hope that he recovers and finds a way to either drink responsibly or understands that maybe drinking is not something he needs to be doing for whatever reasons. We hold nothing against him. It happens, and we hope that he finds a way to be more successful in life so things like this doesn't continue to happen or become a pattern in his life any more than the 2 times we already know about. Moving on, John Cena signed a WWE contract extending past 2025. From Ringside News, John Cena surprised the pro wrestling world when he announced his retirement at Toronto at Money in the Bank. He announced that he will wrestle a few more times before officially retiring in 2025. However, it seems that his departure from the ring doesn't mean he'll be completely company. Cena has confirmed that while he won't be participating in any one-off matches after his final contest in 2025, he will still be involved with WWE for the foreseeable future. In an interview with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay, Cena explained that his 2 decades of dedication to WWE have led him to sign an agreement that will keep him connected to the company beyond his in-ring career. As part of his retirement tour in 2025, Cena will work nearly 40 dates as he concludes his in-ring career. Although he will step away from wrestling, his presence in WWE will continue. Currently, Cena is promoting his new movie Jackpot, which is now available on Amazon Prime. While he's expected to continue landing significant roles in Hollywood, his ongoing contract with WWE means fans will see him in some capacity. What are your thoughts on the John Cena retirement tour? What do you think about Cena being around with the company after his retirement? It's going to be an awesome time. John Cena is going to give us some great matches. It's going to be a lot to talk about. And we can't wait to see what John Cena does in this final year of his in-ring career and what he does even after he's done with his in-ring career and still being a part of the WWE and being around the WWE universe. Or speaking of that, we know John Cena retired. While his farewell tour is scheduled to start next year, Cena has now addressed going after his 17th world title run. Cena announced that he will be involved in transitioning WWE to Raw on Netflix. He also shared that his final appearances will be at the Royal Rumble, the Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania 2025, or WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, Nevada. covering multiple dates. His in-ring career is scheduled to end in December of 2025, so we have a little over 16 months, if I did that math correctly. Of course, in his interview with Shannon Sharp, John Cena talked about the possibility of winning a 17th World Championship before retiring. He acknowledged that while there are some long shot scenarios where this could happen, earning a title shot requires a story-driven purpose and consistent performance. Cena pointed out that he has been a part-timer since 2018 and has not won a match since then, describing it as a significant slump he needs to overcome. John Cena went on to say, and I quote, "I don't know if that's going to happen. I think that what's interesting about the tour is there are some jackpot long shot scenarios where it can happen, but to win a number one contendership and a story-driven purpose or have to earn it, I've had my chances. I've been a part-timer now since 2018. That 6 years I've had my chances of coming back and being like, I want you in a match. I haven't won a match since 2018, and that's a slump. Step one, I need to bust the slump." Cena also mentioned that he does not want to take someone else's spot and believes the fans would see through such actions. He knows that winning the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, or Money in the Bank briefcase could provide shortcuts to a title shot. However, he emphasized the need to start winning matches in January to have a chance of fighting for a title by December. He went on to say, and I quote, "If I win the Royal Rumble, I get an automatic chance. There's been stakes put on the Elimination Chamber. If I win that, I might get an automatic chance at the championship. The Money Bank suitcase is a suitcase for championship matches anytime, anywhere, any place." So that's what's cool about doing it over a year. There are these lottery chances where I could be like, yo, he may break the record. If that's even an option, I'm going to start winning in January, and I might earn a shot by December. John Cena hasn't been a big fan of winning the title in numerous different scenarios. He says it's a possibility, but I don't think Cena really wants to win the title. I don't think he wants to break the record, and I don't think it's going to really work into a storyline feature that's really going to allow him the opportunity to do that. And I don't think it could really hurt some other people who are in the line to do some things. We've got a lot of great people in line to make some great stories. In 2025, it's definitely going to be a great year for professional wrestling. Just look at where we are right now. You have Judgment Day 2.0. You have Bloodline 2.0. You have those factors in there with different characters. You have Gunther now as your WWE World Champion. Cody Rhodes is still carrying the the WWE Championship as it stands. He's got a lot of people coming. We got to see where Roman Reigns is. We know The Rock still wants a shot at Cody. Solo Sikoa's storyline of CM Punk is still lurking in the backgrounds. Randy Orton's betrayal of him. Could that happen? Then you have, on the other side, Gunther and several big names that can take on Gunther and for his world title. It's going to be an interesting time. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, all these names, all these storylines. We are ending in a hot, hot time for professional wrestling. 2025 should only be hotter. Let's skip to the other company because they have All In coming up, and there is a spoilers about adding a match to All In during the Collision show on the Saturday before. AEW's in London right now, and they are recording shows there. Collision was taped. There was a lot of match for a wild card team. Lio Rush and Top Flight earned up to face the Blackpool Combat Club trio of Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Pac. In the end, the Blackpool Combat Club emerged victorious with Pac securing the pinfall. We'll have to see. So, what this says, Collision also was taped. We have a spoiler of the episode as well. The main event featured a high-stakes tag team match with the winners securing a spot in the London ladder match as the wild card team. And it looks like the Blackpool Combat Club of Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, and Pac. So Pac, who made a big deal about winning a match at Wembley, is now being thrown in with the Blackpool Combat Club to fight for the trios titles and the triple threat ladder. Anyways, not a good idea. Let's just rush stuff. Anyways, what about Hangman Page? What is the possible spoilers for his plans at All In? Well, here's what we have from Ringside News. AEW is gearing up for All In at Wembley Stadium, promising fans an unforgettable show on August 25th. Before the big event, UK fans got an early taste of action as AEW hosted both Dynamite and Cardiff, where they also taped Collision. Earlier, we shared spoilers for the August 21st episode of Dynamite, the one that should be going on right now in Cardiff, where the show kicked off with a top indie prospect securing a win. Now we got some exciting spoilers for All In thanks to the Collision taping. During the AEW Collision taping, the backstage segment featured Renee interviewing Hangman Page, who confirmed his participation in Sunday's Gaunlet match. The segment took a surprise turn when Evil Uno interrupted to announce his entry into the Gauntlet as well, leading to a heated exchange where Hangman took down Evil Uno. Hangman then looked directly into the camera, fiercely declaring that he's ready to take on anyone and everyone in his path. The Casino Gauntlet match offers its winner a title shot whenever they choose, making it a highly coveted opportunity. Hangman Page, with unfinished business, to get AEW champion Swerve Strickland, is certainly eager to seize the chance. However, Tony Khan's booking remains unpredictable. We do know that Orange Cassidy secured the number one spot in the match during last week's collision, adding another layer to the intrigue. Is Hangman going to win? Is Hangman going to go show up at All Out to take on Swerve Strickland? How's that going to play out? How's that going to work out? A lot of that is going to be interesting. How and when all that comes together, ladies and gentlemen. Anywho, it's a hotbed topic, but let's talk about the Bloodline. Ladies and gentlemen, at Fanatics Fest, Paul Heyman, the wise man, showed up and sat down with Sam Roberts on NotSam Wrestling and had a lot to say about it. Speaking to Sam Roberts on NotSam Wrestling, Heyman was asked if there was a chance that the Bloodline story might be downgraded with Triple H took over creative duties from Vince McMahon. And Paul Heyman went on to say this: I say this with all false humility aside, I could not imagine someone coming in this era and saying, yeah, I've seen enough of the Bloodline, enough of them. All right, Roman, thanks a lot. See you later. Some people tried to rail me over the coals last year. Paul Heyman said they're only in the third inning. What a jerk Paul Heyman is. I have news for you. I don't even think we're in the third inning yet. Now that you see the emergence of Solo and Jacob Fatu and the Tongas, the fact that that they are a real threat, the first time a real threat to Roman Reigns' dominance, to Roman Reigns is sitting at the head of the table, to Roman being the top star, to Roman Reigns actually being the tribal chief. How many stories can you tell from that position and what that we're in now? How many stories can you tell from that position that we are in now? You don't know where Jimmy Uso stands on this. You don't know where Jey Uso stands on this. You don't know if or when the wise men will return. You don't know who else Solo may or may not have in his back pocket ready to debut. You don't know what Roman Reigns moves. You don't know what Roman Reigns' moves are, what my moves, what anybody's moves can be. All you know is that Roman Reigns is back. He's back to reclaim the title with Tribal Chief from Solo, and Solo has so much backup right now that Roman is in deep, deep trouble. I can imagine someone coming into power in this company and saying, we've told the entire story of the Bloodline. I see someone coming into power and saying, oh my God, look what I get to play with now. So Heyman talked about Paul Levesque into that, but let's also talk about the storyline here. Wise Man lays in, the Bloodline saga has already been through many iterations, including Roman Reigns' stronghold over the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion for over 1,300 days, to its current upheaval led by the new supposed tribal chief, Solo Sikoa. Well, how much longer can the Bloodline story entertain the WWE Universe? Well, Paul Heyman let us in. I got news for you, said Paul Heyman, and I quote, I don't even think we're in the third inning yet. And now that you see the emergence of Solo and Jacob Fatu and the Tongas, the fact that they are a real threat, the first time a real threat to Roman Reigns' dominance, to Roman Reigns sitting at the head of the table, to Roman Reigns being the top star, to Roman Reigns actually being the tribal chief. How many stories can you tell from that position we're in now? Now, yes, we repeated that again, I know, and we talk about him directly pointing out that you don't know where Jimmy Uso stands on this. You don't know where Jey Uso stands on this, the Riseman or anybody else. You don't know what the moves are. All you know is that Roman Reigns is back. And through the years, experience Heyman doesn't foresee any WWE brass trying to put an abrupt end to the storyline. So to come full circle, I can't imagine someone coming in the company again and saying, oh, we're done with this. The Bloodline is a hot topic, and it's going to be an amazing opportunity for what is to come. Will we see Roman Reigns reform the original Bloodline with Jimmy and Jey Uso? Will Sami Zayn join in there? Will Cody Rhodes be a part of it? We know Hikuleo is supposedly signed to WWE. Where does he play a role in this? Is there more to come? Is there more members to add to this family? Will Bloodline 2.0, as I call them, grow to be bigger and stronger? What is Roman's going to do now that he's come to face with this new Bloodline? He thought he had the one up on Solo. He picked up the Ula Kuala, put it back on, only to get taken out by Jacob Fatu, who's a bad man, Mamma Jamma, tell you the truth right there. But there's a lot there that we can't wait to see as the Bloodline storyline keeps going. Paul Heyman taking it back, saying we're not in the third inning. We haven't even made it to the third inning, but maybe we have. What if we're in the fourth inning? What if we're coming up to bat for the next inning right here in the Bloodline storyline? This is going to be a hot thing. I think we know what's going on. This is being built to hopefully what should be Survivor Series in a traditional War Games match. I think it'll be 5-on-5. I think The Rock may play a role in this, or we're going to see somebody like a Hikuleo or a Zilla Fatu show up for WWE, joining in the storyline And on the other side, I think you're going to have Sammy, and I think we're going to have a moment between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes where they're going to show that mutual respect, and they're going to know that they are going to have to work together to take down this new dominant force of a bloodline. Though in some of my eyes, it's not completely as dominant as it should be. I know what the storyline, what they're trying to do there, and it's going to get very, very interesting as they move forward. The last thing we saw was the bloodline standing proud and tall with their fingers in the air, acknowledging the tribal chief of Solo Sikoa as the original tribal chief laid in pain at their feet. What does it all mean? Where are we going? Go watch the interview from NotSam Wrestling with Paul Heyman at Fanatics Fest. One of the best interviews you're going to get. Anytime Paul Heyman picks up a mic, it's a good time to sit down, watch, pay attention, and get drawn in because Paul Heyman's going to tell you a story. La-di-da-di, believe that for a fact. No doubt about it. But yeah, if you're going to listen to some great stuff from Paul Heyman, go listen to that. Hit Fanatics Fest with NotSam Wrestling, the podcast. Great time, great interview. The fans were lively, as always. And we here at the Value Wrestling are excited. Lots of things coming ahead in the near future as we build forward. Now, again, we'll be here live Friday night with a SmackDown post-show review. And then I guess maybe Saturday we're going to come together and we're going to give you a full overview of AEW All In. We're going to break down the matches. We're going to tell you what we think on the matches. We're going to tell you what we think about AEW and the presentation that they have. And we're going to make our predictions for the All In show. Sunday after All In is over, we're going to be here to break down the All In after the 10, 12, 14 out, whatever the thing is. We know it's looking at the site, going to start at 9 a.m. with a 2 hour, 0 hour, and then it's going to be 5 hours, 10 hours, 9 hours of professional wrestling. I don't know. It's a big build card. It's going to be something to watch. AEW usually delivers at least on pay-per-view levels, even though their TV shows sort of suck. But, hey, don't take my word for it. Draw your own opinion. Join us always in the conversation. Tell me your thoughts down in the conversation below. Do you like AEW? Do you think it's great? What do you think of the Bloodline storyline? How do you feel about Rich Swann? What do you think should happen there? Do you wish him the best? Do you want to see him recover and be a great star in TNA or somewhere within the wrestling business? John Cena and his retirement tour. How do you feel about that? Should John Cena break the record to become a 7-time world champion? Are you excited to see Hangman Page in the Gaunlet match to possibly win his world title shot at who could be Swerve Strickland at All Out in Chicago? Is that the storyline we're building there? Are you excited to see Pac in a triple threat with two members of the Blackpool Combat Club in a very confusing story to be the fourth team in a trios? Yeah, that's too many men in the ladder match, I think. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Big Tyme, and thank you for being here. It's going to get as hot and exciting. And then, of course, the end of the month, August 31st, Saturday, back to Berlin, early in the morning, and then me and Mr. Z are going to be at SPW Supreme Pro Wrestling's Cruising for a Cruising at the California Automobiles Museum at 2200 Front Street. Yeah, it said doors open at 5 p.m. First bell rings at 6 p.m. Tickets are $20. You go to eventbrite.com to get tickets, or you can check out Supreme Pro Wrestling on Facebook. Go check them out. Go talk to them. Let's be there. Let's party. We're going to be giving out stickers. We're going to have our table. We're going to be set up. We're going to be having a wild time. It's going to be crazy because SPW brings you some of the best in-ring action in the Northern California area. They're tearing the roof down. They're setting the standard in Northern California for independent professional wrestling, and we're there in the hotbed to cover it all. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're there for it. I'm the Big Tyme. This is going up on the channel. Check out all the other videos and content that are going on. This Day in Wrestling History came out. Lots of stuff to learn there. Go check out that video. Let us know what you think. Join us on Fridays, on Mondays, and on Sundays usually, or anytime we're streaming live. Jump in the chat, jump in the conversation, join us, talk about it, la-di-da-di. We want to hear all about what you think about what's going down in the world of professional wrestling. We're always excited to hear from you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Big Tyme. This is Big Tyme Rants. We're going to get out the door, and we're going to say la-di-da-di good night.
This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.